And we begin this morning with the historic legal battle between Dominion Voting Systems and Fox News.
Yeah, the trial will determine whether Fox can be held financially liable for publishing false claims that Dominion's voting machines rigged the 2020 presidential election, and the outcome could have far-reaching effects. Opening arguments were set to kick off today, but just last night, Delaware Superior Court Judge Eric Davis announced proceedings would be delayed until tomorrow. Reports from the Washington Post, the Wall Street Journal, and Reuters are citing sources who say Fox is pursuing settlement talks. Dominion and Fox have not commented on the delay. On Friday, a spokesperson for Fox News released a statement saying Dominion's lawsuit is a political crusade in search of a financial windfall, but the real cost would be cherished First Amendment rights. NBC News correspondent Emilie Ikeda is in Wilmington, Delaware with the latest. And NBC News legal analyst Danny Cevallos is also joining us with a closer look at the case. Good morning to both of you. Emilie, we'll start with you here. The trial delayed until tomorrow. Why is that? And what can we expect to happen in court if it still does come to that?
Well, good morning to you both. What was supposed to be playing out this morning at 9 a.m. now happening tomorrow morning. First will be the completion of the jury selection process. That's a process that first got underway last week. We were reporting on it. The court working to narrow down from hundreds of potential jurors descending here in Wilmington, Delaware, to 12 jurors and 12 alternates. The judge did express some concern in the pretrial hearings around the potential for juror tampering, considering the high nature profile of a case like this. He expressed the importance of protecting their privacy. But what's going to be happening tomorrow now? Well, lawyers from both sides, Fox and Dominion, will have the chance to strike 6 jurors each. They've been paying close attention to the answers from potential jurors around questions like, do you regularly watch Fox News programming? Do you know any family members, or have you previously worked in a newsroom? So that's going to be playing out tomorrow. After the jury is set, then opening arguments will begin. Dominion, we know, will first lead the way on that, then followed by Fox. But I think the delay in this and the reports of a potential push for settlement here underscore the point that at any point during this trial process, a settlement could be reached, guys.
And Danny, I want to bring you in here because it's important to note that Dominion has already proved that Fox's claims pertaining to Dominion in the 2020 election were false. They've been debunked. So what exactly do they have to prove now?
That's a huge win. It was decided in a pretrial motion, a rare win for a plaintiff, because normally judges let these issues go to the jury. So with the falsity now established, really the only thing left that Dominion has to prove is that Fox either knew it was false or they were reckless. In other words, they were like an ostrich hiding its head in the sand as to whether or not it was false, that they had good reason to know it was false and ignored it and went full steam ahead anyway. That is still not a layup for Dominion. They still have to meet that burden of proof, but they have a lot of evidence of people in the Fox chain of command that they can use to impute that knowledge or what they should have known at the time it was aired.
So, Emilie, Danny mentioned Fox chain of command. I mean, who could we hear from testify in this trial? Are we talking big names that people would recognize?
Yeah, absolutely. A number of high-profile people, including some of Fox's most popular hosts, including Maria Bartiromo. There's the potential for Tucker Carlson, Sean Hannity. But what we don't know is when we could see these people actually take the stand. We could also hear from Fox Corporation Chairman Rupert Murdoch, who we gained some insight from in court documents. In his testimony, he acknowledged that some of the hosts did more than just give a platform to false voter fraud election claims, but actually endorsed them. He also confirmed he could have exerted some control over the network. Fox, as you both mentioned, has defended its election coverage and called this lawsuit baseless.
And Danny, how long are we expecting this trial to go on for? Is it possible that there's a settlement reached before we even see it go to trial now that we're experiencing this delay of a day?
Yeah, I think the judge budgeted 6 weeks, but that is always just a rough estimate. And we lawyers, when we're asked how long our case takes, we always add a couple days on or weeks just to be safe. But this is a case that I am just completely confused as to why settlement talks didn't go on earlier. If it's true that Fox is considering settling this case, they should have done this a long time ago before all the bloodletting in the public arena. Now, in the ordinary case that nobody cares about, nobody covers, insurance carriers and defendants love to wait until the eve of trial. It's like magical thinking. They think that something could happen with their case that helps them, but ultimately, And when it comes to trial, they don't like uncertainty. They don't like the coin flip that is a jury verdict. But in this case, Fox has already suffered. It's already gotten all of its information. Its dirty laundry has all been aired. This is something, if they are serious about settlement, they probably should have thought about weeks, months, maybe even a year ago.
Well, a lot to watch. You called it a coin flip. The coin's definitely in the air. Emilie and Danny, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.